What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage, and for this particular video we're going to be going over Blue Archive. This is my first impressions of Blue Archive. I've not looked at any of the cards prior, but we do have a lot to go over today. So I believe it is February 21st. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry, future me will correct. But we will be getting Blue Archive then, so I figured I need to go ahead and get something and go ahead and post it up here. We are getting a booster box and a trial deck. So both of those will be releasing on the same day. But I have not looked at that or the trial deck. And oh boy, 142 card booster set. We haven't seen one of these in a hot minute. But this may be a hot take. I'm just so glad it's not a fucking premium booster. I mean, the premium booster I can make a much shorter video on, sure. But if they just keep making premium boosters, it's just boring. Because I just have been wanting an actual booster set, and we can't get any of the Marvel and whatnot. Anyway, so let's take a look at this. For anyone who's never watched one of my first impressions videos, I typically try to highlight the double rares in every single color, guaranteed, and then I'll just kind of scan through and see if there's any other cards that really stick out to me, but also try to show off the art as we're going. Like this, cute little SP here, his little face in the heart and everything. It's cute. But just, trying to show off at least all the double rares to kind of give a good idea of what we're in for. And I'm assuming with this big of a booster set plus trial deck, there's probably a lot of things to go over. In the trial deck, I'll at least try to cover the climax combos. If I see anything else in there that's crazy, obviously, like I said, we'll discuss it if I see it. But for the most part, let's just get started. A lot of these names are also in Japanese from what I've seen, at least scrolling down this, so at least maybe I won't butcher names too terribly. So the first one is for yellow. We have a double rare Hanako, is a 00500. So already, when I was kind of looking through earlier, Kivotos seems to be the primary trait across all of the cards and everything. It's basically their music trait or their most reoccurring trait, at least from the first two colors that I kind of glanced down at. But if there's other trait stuff, that matters later on, because this is kind of a funky trait to see here. Supplementary lessons department. It just interesting. So there's probably gonna be different departments, different groups or factions. Maybe I don't know if we're gonna have a full on Azure Lane thing where it's different factions, like the Japanese, the Sakura faction and all that jazz. But I don't even remember. I'm so exhausted from today. All right, let's do this. We have Hanako. First effect is when this is placed on stage room hand, get up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 cards from amongst them, place them on top of your deck in any order, and send the rest to waiting room. That alone is already a good effect to start off with. And it looks like on play, pay 1, pitch 1, search your deck for a Kivotos character. I might just shorten it to Kivo. Just seems easier to say. But double rare drop searcher right off the bat. The top check thing, the drop search is very good. But the top check effect seems to be very, very powerful now that I've looked at many, many more sets doing this channel. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the next double rare is a 104K Azusa. If all of your characters are Kivo, this gains 2K power. It seems to be a constant, so she'll be a 106K constant. Climax combo with a choice trigger. When the choice is placed, this gains one of the following 2 abilities of your choice. Either during your opponent's turn, this cannot be reversed, or when this attacks, choose a level 2 or higher Kivo character in waiting room and add it to hand. Kind of interesting. If you just want to keep cards on field, or maybe if it's maybe you just refreshed and you don't have that many things to salvage, you could just kind of leave them on field and they can't be reversed. So interesting. I've never really seen one like that I can recall. Next is a 3-2 Mika. So 3-2-10K. When this is placed on stage from hand, look at up to 4 cards, look at the X cards from the top of your deck. 1 card amongst them add to hand. X is equal to the number of your Kivo characters. So that counts herself, so you can look at up to 5 with the full field. Very nice. When I was glancing through, I did see that there were several cards that worked off of experience, but I'm going to try not to say anything bad about it. I've tried to be a little more open-minded with the whole experience shenanigans. If it feels like it is worth going through the hassle of the experience and whatnot, I will just, disregard it and go on. But if it looks like it's like super excessive for like nothing, then I'll point it out. But playing decks like Eat Ski from Quint, I've had to get used to using experience abilities, so it's all good. So on attack, if you have a level of or experience of 6 or more, you can discard 2 cards. If you do, this gets 1,000 power. Send the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. Burn 1 times the number of climaxes. Or burn 1 X times. X is equal to the number of climaxes sent. It's alright. Very, very good, like, off finisher, I will say that. Being able to dig for any card for, like, your climax combos and whatnot is always going to be good. And then off finisher effect, like, in addition to that. So, also because you have to discard cards from hand, it's nice that it, like, replaces itself. So, alright, the last double rare is this 3/2, 10,500 Hifumi. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose up to 1 copy of this card in your hand, place it on stage in any slot, and this turn, this gets 3k power. So you could just, like, trip multiples of that, which is just kind of nuts. Okay, climax combo, experience of 4. So for level 3, experience of 4 is, like, very easy. When the choice climax is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row, and you have experience 4 or more, search your deck for up to 2 Kivo characters, show them to your opponent, add 1 to hand, send the remaining to stock. Shuffle your deck afterwards. This turn gets 1,000 power. Is there a way to early play this? Because this is giving me the vibes of like the level 3 Ichika that can like early play itself. You look for 2 Quints, 1 goes to hand, 1 goes to stock type thing. Or oh my goodness, who was the Hololive character that did it? Kanata? But this is on a much better climax combo instead of like a double crit like Kanata. There must be an early play for this Hifumi. So it's number 4. I will try to keep an eye out for that. If this early plays and you can do some shenanigans like that, that ought to be like very interesting. So now that is it for the double rares for yellow. I'm just gonna kind of go through. I may like highlight some of the climax combos. Play a choice trigger. This gets +1 soul. Man, that's a little bit something. Or choose a Kivo character, gets a soul. Brainstorm, mill 4. Look at top 3. Nagisa. Very beautiful art, I will say, for Blue Archive. Let's see. When the what the fuck? Trigger salvage split soul? What? Hold on. 36. We're just. What the hell does that mean? Oh, it's the double crit trigger. You like add something back, and then you like gives like 2 characters like a buff. Oh, okay. I was like, what the like I thought I was like having a stroke there for a half second. I'm like, oh my goodness, what the hell? When you play that one, if you have another Kivo, salvage back or no, grab a Kivo in waiting room, send it to stock, which okay, that's interesting. Rest to give a buff. We have Mari. Clean cut, Mari, really cool. Mashiro. Experience of 6. Hold on, what is this? Place on stage from hand. If you have a level of experience of 6 or more, you physically can't do this at level 1. This feels wasted on a level 1. Look it up. You get to add any card, sure, but that just feels wasted. I don't know. Hinata, not from Naruto. Also, I realize I'm not even. We'll go back to Hinata. I'm sorry. Every single one of these so far, look above my head, has had an SP. Holy crap. And they're alternate arts too, which I really, really like that, as opposed to just, oh, let's zoom out a little bit and show off and add, an SP or whatever. Even for this one, where it's nothing like super fancy, like for the Hinata, it's still like a fairly lengthy one too. But it's alternate art. It's very, very pretty SPs. It's not hot stamp bullshit. Very nice. The Hinata was when you use an act, this gains 15 on attack, reveal the top card's level 1 or higher sense. Okay. Koharu. Alright, we have the anti-change Koharu. When you use the backup, you can discard 2 cards to bottom stock the characters that are level higher than your opponent's level. Very interesting. That's actually a really nice backup there. Sakurako. Experience of 5 on a level 2 climax combo. You can get this off at level 2. Anyway, once per turn when you use an act, this gets 5k. So you use like a backup on this, kind of like the whole eat ski thing, because backups are acts. Don't believe me? It's right there. Anyway, so you could do that to give it the full buff from like a backup, and then it gains 5k. Which is like, get like a free 2k backup or something. It's like, my character gets plus 7,000, which is hilarious. When this attacks, if you have the choice trigger in play, experience of 5 or more, look up 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. We cooking. This is at level 2? Look up to 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Choose up to 2 cards from amongst them. Put them on top of your opponent's deck in any order. Send the rest to waiting room. And then look up 2 cards. This is Mocha on a level 2. Future me, Mocha level 3 from Bang Dream. Choose up 2 cards from amongst them. Put them on top of your deck in any order. Send the rest to waiting room. This is literally Mocha on a level 2. You just have to have the experience of 5, which is very easy to do. And then you can keep them on the field if you activate like one singular backup. Because then they're like... You tri-field this. You use an act to buff them. They're 10 5s with the choice trigger. They're like 11 5s minimum. If you have any other globals or whatever during your opponent's turn, you use a singular backup. All 3 of them get their 5k buffs. So they're just a freaking wall at level 2 that you could just mocha your opponent multiple turns in a row. That's nice. I like Sakurako already. Okay. You know what? Blue Archive, 2 claps. Let's go. Okay. Moving on. That's so sweet. All right. Mashiro, 1-0. Let's see. 2 cards. It's the Nino top check effect. Okay. And it can sack itself to save a character back to hand. Serena, choose one of your Kivo. Gets buff on attack. Give another Kivo buff. Okay. Hasumi, place on stage from hand. Top check and you get to hand filter. Very nice. Suzumi, let's see. If it's on reverse, if it gets reversed, reveal 3. You get to add a Kivo. Okay. Kazusa. So 104k. When your other Kivo gets placed on the hand. I like the random traits like that probably does absolutely nothing in this set. If Sweets does something in this set, that would be amazing. But I always like seeing that where it's like think Sasha from Attack on Titan, where it's like this character gets this buff and meat or bread or some weird trait that's just like flavor. I'm assuming that's obviously flavor because it says after school sweets club. Like, yeah, there you go. That's really cool. But it looks like she's also a level 2 Slayer. So she gets 1 plus 1k, so 5. So she'll be like an 11k. Not bad. A little bit lower than I've seen with some level 2 Slayers. Think like the level 1 Muna from Hololive, I think volume 2. I think gets up to like 12k or higher as she gets like really big. Here we go. Here's a really nice backup that you could use. It pays for itself, but it's a 2k backup. Maybe there's like a free backup in like the Trial deck or something. But Shimiko. Then we have an Azusa. Assist to level 3 or higher characters. The Hifumi? Oh, wait. Is that it? Pay 3, rest this. Choose up to 1 3/2 Hifumi above. In your hand in place. Oh! Hold up. Double checking. Pause champion. 3/2. Okay, it is this 3/2 Hifumi. Okay. The one that could summon multiple copies of itself and everything. So we do have a way to summon it. Did I go past it? I went past it. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Okay, so pay 3, rest this, and summon one of those Hifumis. Then if you have another one. And then you have this assist to level 3 or higher characters. All right, so I already see this is definitely going to be a thing where you can just play that, play the climax combo, and just kind of go to town. I mean, you basically go in to like level 2 with 4 stock, pay 1 to play this, and pay 3 to rest this. Summon Hifumi. Maybe summon another one if you have a 4th in hand. I realize you could. I'm not saying you should, but you could. And then you just like swing with all of those. You get back like 3 cards to hand. You get 3 clean stock. It's just really cool. I mean, you obviously have to watch out for anti-change, but that is kind of nuts. So we do have an early play for that. Okay. Early play Hinata if your opponent has a level 3 or higher character. Ooh, on play, discard a card, heal from clock to stock. Very nice. When you use an act, this gains 2k. So same thing, if you use a backup, she gets a buff. So 3/2 Tsurugi. The sum of levels in your level zone is 4 or more. Gains 1,000 power, and during this card's battle, your opponent cannot play events or backups from hand, which is very nice. Oh, but you're going to play it for this effect anyway. Place on stage from hand, pay 1, salvage back any climax. Very good. Okay. This is just kind of like icing on the cake. You're going to run it for the second effect regardless. Excuse me. I had to blow my nose there. 3/2 10k Ui. Place on stage from hand, choose up to 1 character from your hand whose level is equal or lower than your level. Place it on any stage, on any slot on stage, and that character gets 2k power and gets coffee. Once again, just the random like traits in here is just funny. And it has a salvage, it has a weird act salvage effect. I don't know, it just seems kind of out of place because it's not like it's an assist or anything. I mean, if this was like on an assist level 3, I could understand that. But you're sitting here with beat stick stats. So, a little weird for the Ui, but whatever. 0/0 Mari. Placed on stage, pay 1, discard a Kivotos. Look it up to 4. Add a card amongst them, add to hand. When you use an act, this gets +1 soul. Very nice. Serena. Oh, okay, this is actually really cool. So, this is already a thing where seeing this in sets that focus a lot on experience, I have a little more faith in the set. Seeing any cards like this is act. Rest this. Choose a card in your level zone and 1 Kivotos in your waiting room and swap them. So you can very easily get your proper experience. I know there was another card further down in green that did the same. So that's really cool. I'm glad to see multiple iterations of cards like this. It's also a common, so there you go. Global 500, there we go. Hanako, Global 5, and an act to give a Kivo 15. Yoshimi. I also realized we stopped the SPs and are now in SRs. Placed on stage, choose one of your other characters. It gets 1,000 power times its level in suites. And then an act to sack itself to look it up to 4 to search for a Kivo. This is very nice. If you have another Kivo, choose one of your opponent's characters, move it to an empty opponent's empty slot by discarding a card and sacking herself. Very interesting. We got a Hifumi again. On attack, choose up to 2 of your Kivo. They gain 15. Okay. Hane. Hi, Hane. Sorry. The Suisei. During your opponent's turn, when your opponent's characters are reversed, look at the top card of your deck, top or bottom. Okay. Act, rest, give a character 2k. Give a character a level and chocolate mint. This is just the random. Another one. This turn gets soul and sweets. It's just funny to me. I would love to see like some effects that actually work off of having these funky traits. Like, oh, if your character has traits they don't normally have, like that would be so cool. Oh, sorry, I didn't even read the rest of it. Oh, it's a stock anti-change reverser. Very nice. What's this? Oh, interesting. During your opponent's turn, when you use an act ability, choose one of your opponent's characters, send it to memory, then your opponent places that character on stage in any slot. You can make... This hurts like the new Miku marker deck, because they'll bounce out and come back without those markers. Or if there's a card that has lingering effects and stuff like that. You can blip out a lot of stuff with that. It's kind of nuts. Okay, okay. Let's see. Hane, when you use this card's backup. Oh, it's what they call a Leafa backup. On play of the backup, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Kivo, add it to hand and discard a card. And it's a 2,500 backup. So if you do like, once again, that whole level 2 engine that I was talking about, that's the mochas. Like you could just run this and then like top check more. And it's a 2,500 backup, which is just insane. A Mine. Start of your opponent's attack phase, you move this to an empty front row slot with a character. We have a runner level 2 that just is a constant 11? Interesting. Dual laner tactics, maybe? I don't know. Then we have an event, Tea Party. Search your deck for 2 Kivo, add them to hand, discard a card. Then you may choose 1 card from your level zone and 1 card in your waiting room and swap them. Okay, actually very nice to see like this on an event as well as just like searching in general. So very nice. God, I'm already 20 minutes into this. We need to power through. So we have a choice trigger. One of the others, the trigger salvage split soul. Choice. All right, so now we're getting to the greens. So double rare Miyako is a 0/0/1K. If all of your characters are Kivo, this gains 2K power. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your characters. This turn, it gains the following ability. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, choose one of your other characters, rest it, and move it to an empty back row slot. So you just give something clean cut? I mean, it's all good, understandable. And here we are back to some of the really cool SPs and everything. There's a lot of SPs in this as well. The Mimori is really cool. We have a 0/0/1K Mimori. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card from amongst them, put it into clock, send the rest to waiting room. If you put a card into clock, salvage back a Kivo character from waiting room. Interesting. There was another card. It was like one of the Hololive Ambassador level 0s that was very similar to this. So, might have been the exact same effect. During this card's battle, when the damage you take is canceled, you may send this to stock. Very nice. So, extra stock. I thought we were going to have like a the level 0 Reine, just bounce it back to hand instead. All right, moving right along, we have the 1045 Izuna double rare. Ninjutsu Research Department. I gotta love that. Also, that SP is very nice. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other Kivo characters, this gains 2K. Experience of 2, which is extremely easy to pull off. When this attacks, if you have the gold bar in your climax area and experience of 2, discard 1, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 Kivo characters amongst them, show them to your opponent, add them to hand, and the rest to waiting room. I feel this is gonna be like the most used like level 1 engine as of right now. If not, that freaking Hifumi like combo and everything is kind of nuts on a choice trigger. Granted, with this like on a gold bar, you can recur it so much easier. So there you go. And it's discard any card, not even like discard a Kivo. Let's see. Last double rare is this 3/2 Wakamo. It's a 3/2 10K. When this is placed on stage from hand, heal 1. Always good. When the gold bar is placed in your climax area, this gains one of the following 2 abilities of your choice. So, first one is at the start of your attack phase, if this is in your front row, send all other characters from both players' stage to the waiting room, then deal 1 damage to your opponent, then deal 2 damage to your opponent. Ooh, we have a board nuker. Ooh, you nuke your own, but if you absolutely need to, I'm really loving the board nukers like this. It's just funny to me. But then, so you either nuke the whole board, then burn 1, then burn 2, or on attack, pay 1, pitch 1, burn 2, which is really nice to just have the option in general and just kind of make your opponent guess of like what you're going to do. It's kind of funny. So that is really cool. Wakamo also just like, this is really nice. Anyway. All right, so then we have Chisei. Oh, okay, so this is the rares for green. Let's just kind of go through this real quick. Choose a card in your clock, add it to hand, then put a card from your hand in a clock. Clock swaps, kind of nice. Get some buffs. Kana. Make a character not be able to move to other slots. Sack itself to be able to, and discard a card to salvage back a Kivo. Kaho, very elegant, very, very beautiful. Can be a constant 6K. Oh, it's also a climax swapper on a level 1. Interesting. Kokona. Let's see. During your turn, some levels is 2 or more. Another level 2 Slayer. Okay, so this gets even. This gets bigger than the other level 2 Slayer. This becomes a 6/5. This becomes a 12/5, and it's like way, way bigger. And the other one was what, 11, I think. Anyway, cool. Saki. On play, discard a card. Return the top card of your clock to hand. When this direct attacks, pay 1, pitch 2 Kivo characters, burn 2. And you have to direct attack, so then she's also swinging for like a minimum of 3 soul, barring climaxes. That's really cute, like underwater. Ooh, mommy, sorry. Anyway, Shun. It's a 3/2 10K. Let's see. Oh, it gets the downgrade effect. That's nice. And a change to return this to your hand to summon a particular 3/2 Shun later on. It's number 59. So we'll remember this. Remember this one Mommy Sorry for another Mommy Sorry. COD. Climax combo on attack. If you have the level 1 or lower stock soul climax and a experience of 4 or more. This gets 1,000 power for every 2. Oh! Was this? Hold on. For every 2 Aureus Squad character you control, perform the following effect. Deal 2 damage to your opponent. It's really hefty. I mean, you can do it multiple times. Obviously, it says for every 2 Aureus Squad, meaning you can only have 4 Aureus Squad to be able to perform the effect twice, to burn 2 twice. But that's kind of nice, though. The experience is lower than what I would have expected for a level 3. You draw 2, pitch 1 on play, so it replaces itself and everything. The stock soul obviously pays for a little bit of the cost of the combo. Then if you have some little off finishers and whatnot, you could do a good bit. But you do need enough Aureus Squad on the field, so I don't know. I mean, right here, this next Hiyori is Aureus Squad, so maybe there's a way to do it. When your climax is played, pay 1, look up to 4, choose it to 1 Kivo, add to hand. Okay, kind of like the one Sukuha, and you give buff. Sukiyo. Your other character is sent from stage. Okay, so she can sack herself to bring back that character rested. And she can also pay 1 to run to back row. Your other character in front row gets 500 for Moe Kyun, Rabbit Platoon. Brainstorm, mill 4 for each climax, search your deck for a Kivo. Izuna. Place on stage from hand, choose 1 card in your hand, you may send it stock. And a on-play pay 2 to refresh. Interesting. Kaede, front row center slot gets 15. Act, pay 1, discard, rest this, look it up to 3, choose 1 card amongst them, add to hand. Okay. Rumi is a 1k backup. Oh, but it is a anti-change level 1. When you use this card's backup, you can pay 3, send the top card of your opponent's clock to waiting room, and if you do, choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than their level and send it to clock. Very nice, very nice. Saya, place on stage, discard a card, salvage a Kivo. Okay. And it's a level assist. Tsubaki is if your opponent has 5 or more climaxes in their waiting room, this gets minus a level in hand. Interesting, but I'm also seeing a lot of other text on this card. When this is placed on stage from hand, it's at the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains the following 2 abilities. It gains 2k power and bodyguard. It's really weird to put bodyguard on this when it only gets up to 8k, because 2k plus 6 is 8. You definitely need some other buffers. It's just really... I guess it's because, like, if your opponent has 5 or more, you can summon this at level 1 and have a bodyguard out. I guess I need to take that into account, but even then, level 2 Slayers exist. We've literally looked at 2 that get up to, like, 11 and 12-5 in this set alone. So, I mean, it's whatever. It's interesting, but at the same time, I'm not, like, super hyped. I would love to, have someone change my mind by, like, using this and just destroying people in, like, worlds or something. That'd be amazing. We have Mimori. Oh, on play to stage from hand. Pay 1, pitch 1. Your opponent chooses a climax in their waiting room, shuffles all of the cards in their waiting room back into their deck other than that climax. Yeah, this is going to get played a lot. Okay. Lets you move your other Kivo characters. Atsuko. Very pretty art there for the SR. Even the SRs are not, like, failing to impress. They're all alternate arts. I love that. Bushi, please keep doing this. Like, please, like, this is a good thing. You are doing very good. Good job, Bushi. Good job. Like, definitely keep doing this where it's alternate arts instead of just zoomed out a little bit. It's lazy otherwise. This is very, very nice. So, 2 claps again. So, this can get an early play if you have a particular Hiyori and a particular Misaki. Oh, just on field. I thought it was going to be like in your level or something. Okay, I was about to say, you have all this shit that's like requiring experience, and you're asking me to put a level 0 and a level 1. Okay, no. It is just if you have them on stage. 49 and the 1-0. Hold on. What is it? Sorry, I didn't look at the number. Oh, 65. It hasn't come up yet. So it's this number 49. This particular Hiyori, which is an Arya squad. So I didn't even look at the traits. I'm assuming this is also Arya squad. So we have a Misaki coming up here. So she can be early played. Choose a Kivo in your clock. Put it on bottom of your deck. So it's a heal, but it's a bottom to deck heal? Kind of funky. During your opponent's turn, if this is reversed, you can basically discard a card to save itself. Interesting. 3/2 Shun. Oh, was this the other Shun? Okay, it is, because this is the one that like changes back and forth between the two. Placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card to put the top card of your clock into stock. A lot of different types of healers in here. Does she have an RPG? I just saw the freaking gun. I love that. Okay, so that was the other Shun that changes, that the other level 3 changes into this, and then this changes back into the other level 3 Shun, depending on, I guess, which turn it is. Chisei, on attack, choose one of your other Kivo until the enemy gets 15, and a character encore. Kind of nice. Wakamo, if you have no other characters in your front row, this gets +1 level and 4K power. What the f... Oh, so like it's a very good starter. Also, God bless. Blue Archive making people act up. Gunner Squad, let's go. Saya, look at up to 3. Choose an event from them, add to hand. If you added a card, discard one. Place on stage, choose one of your opponent's characters. Once again, the whole blinking to memory, and then your opponent places that character on stage in any slot. It obviously, if they have hexproof, it's whatever, but you can make stuff. Once again, the whole anti-markers, anti-lingering effects for the most part. Obviously, if hexproof is one of those lingering effects, it doesn't fucking matter, but still. Fubuki. Interesting. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your opponent's characters. It gains can't be returned to hand nor sent to memory. I'm certain there's a case for this. Like, this is really cool. And she can give a... then she can get a buff. Okay, so. Mina. I actually really like her art. This is like very like... For the Honkai Star Rail fans, tell me this doesn't just scream Kafka. Like just walking, she has the shade, she's got the umbrella. It screams Kafka to me. So, when this is placed on stage from hand, choose one Kivo character new level and one in your waiting room and swap them. So this is the other swapper. And also a drop searcher on a level 0. So this is just a really good one to just main in general. So 1/0 Misaki. Spammable Brainstormer to salvage, but then you have to discard. Okay. And gives a buff during your turn. Miyu. If you have 2 or more other Kivo, she doesn't suffer soul penalty, and she can give someone a buff. Michiru. She gets a buff for experience of 2, very easy. During her main phase... Oh no, thank God they did this. I read the rest of it. During your main phase only, when this is placed on stage from hand or deck, you can discard 1 card. If you do, search your deck for a copy of this and place it on any stage in any slot. This is Ayame. This is Ayame from Hololive, just without this little piece of text right here, y'all. God bless. If only they had just eroded Ayame. It wouldn't to just say, has to be during main phase only. You can't do it during the fucking battle phase. They at least caught it with this, but I'm assuming... I don't know which... I mean, I'm assuming the Ayame was in production before Blue Archive was. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But they caught it here. They didn't catch it with Ayame. Anyway. Just really funny. It just happens. Kirino. Not the one from Orimo. During your turn, she gets a buff. The turn this is played, when battle opponent is reversed, pay 1, you can salvage. 69, Saki. God, we're only like halfway through this thing. I'm already 35 minutes into this. We gotta speed up, I'm sorry. Act, rest this, you can salvage back particular Miyako, Miyu, or Moe. Shizuku. Let you summon a Pina. Miyako gets buffs if you have the Saki and the Moe. The whole rabbit platoon thing. Pina, level 2 or higher. If it kills at level 2 or higher, you can pay 1 to salvage, and she gets really buff. Also, just very, very classy art. 1-0 event. Choose one of the following 2. Oh, you get to dig or you get to downgrade something. That's very nice. All the gold bars and a stock soul. Very nice. Very, very lovely art for that. That's really cool. All right. Getting to red. What is with the freaking, like, mustache? The moustache. That is so cool. 0015. When this is placed on stage from hand, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your waiting room. Very good, very easy. When this is sent from stage to waiting room, you can discard a card, look up to 4 cards on top of your deck. Choose up to 1 level 1 or higher card amongst them, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, put the rest into waiting room. This is probably going to be very pricey. This seems like a very, very good card. Red Winter Office. Look at that SP. Very nice. Aru. I've seen so much art of you on alternate websites that I cannot say up here. I also know Hina, but not in swimsuit form. I know a different, like, outfit for her. But yes, I've seen plenty of art of Aru. It might be. Maybe we'll get further down. All right, so 3-2, 9k. If you have 2 or more other Kivos, she gets 2k. Climax combo. When this is placed on stage by the effect of the standby. Oh. Sorry, I saw the note. This is very interesting. When this is placed on stage by the effect of the standby, you can pay 1, pitch 1, stand it. Note, its effect also works when triggering that standby. So if you trigger this specific standby during level 2, you could summon this to where another character has already attacked, pay 1, pitch 1, stand it, and get off an attack with that. That's nuts. That is, ooh, that mocha that lets you top check for your own stuff just became a lot more powerful. Oh, let me check with this mocha. Let me check with this mocha. Okay, cool. We see the standby, put it up top, summon over one that's already swung. That's kind of nuts if you think about it. Interesting. This needs to happen more often. We have a 3-2 Hina. You have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room. This gets minus a level in hand. So early play, heal 1 on play. If the sum of levels in your level zone is 4 or more, this gets 1500 power and the following ability. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, pay 1, pitch 1, burn 1. Just very classic, you know, very nice. All right, so now we're to the rares. I'm going to have to blitz through these, y'all, a little bit faster. On play, pitch a card, reveal, get to salvage something back equal to the level to reveal card. It is Kayako. I'll try to at least say the names. Iori. Is that card's level 2 higher? Oh, it's got like the coin flip effect to bounce back to hand. Minori. Oh, we have a Foolish Burial. On play, perform the following effect. Search your deck for a Kivo, send it to waiting room, shuffle your deck afterwards. So we already have a Foolish Burial, like, type level 0 in this. It's just becoming way more popular. Mutsuki. It bounces back when you play a climax to let you top check. So once again, facilitating the Aru right there. That's insane to me. Fuka. You Fuka me, I Fuka you. Sorry, that's bad. I also seen Haruna art. Very nice. So she gets salvage stuff back. Haruna, climax combo. If you have the door climax. Okay, it's the typical mill to salvage back something equal to the level of what you milled. The total levels of what you milled. Iraha, at the start of your encore step, you can discard 2 to burn 1. Just randomly on a level 1 assist. Okay. Hey, a little bit extra pings. You never know if that might close out a game. I mean, also, if it's like a level 3, that's actually very interesting. Anyway. Akko, level assist to 3 or higher. Rest a character, or rest her to give a character 15. Haruka. Oh, hold on. What is this? Rest this, search your deck for 1 climax. Show it to your opponent, then choose the Aru standby in your waiting room and swap them. Interesting. This is really trying to facilitate that Aru combo and everything. Damn. Okay, this is interesting. I like this. It's also a level 2, 15 assist. Interesting. So you're trying to like get this out with like standby at level 1, and then at level 2, this is going to make you get that Aru combo, which is kind of nuts. Chinatsu, Brainstorm. Okay, cool. Nidoka, Act, sack this, top check 4. You can also pay 2 to salvage. Marina, look it up to 3. Choose a climax and the rest of waiting room. Very nice. Shigure. Why does she look like a VTuber I've seen before? I'll think of it later. Good for... Okay. Nice. Another Aru. Interesting. Aru-tastic. 2,500 backup. Oh, it's like the fucking... oh my god, what's her name? The backup from Slime. I can't think of her name for some reason, but when you use this card's backup, pay 1 pitch to choose a battling character, and it gets +6 soul. Basically trying to, like, force your opponent to, like, cancel something, which is kind of nuts. 3-2 Haruna. It digs. It can early play and dig. Very nice. Senna. Let's see. Oh, it can sack itself to bring a character back, and until the end of next turn, it gains 3k. Very nice. Izumi. Very cute. I love this. It's like the little, like, the Russian hat and everything. It just looks really cute. Anyway. Mill 3 on play, and it's a level 1 reverser for the Izumi. For the Tomoe, it can sack itself when your other character gets front to give 15. Iori gets a buff when your other Kivo attacks. And the coin flip thing again to try to save herself. 1-1 Kyoko. It looks to be the typical standby level 1, which is very good. It's going to be a 75 with character encore. Cherino with the mustache again. 1-1 character encore. Another climax combo with a standby. So this is very similar to like the one Nino level 1. On attack, if you have the standby. An experience of 1? Interesting. Real top card of your deck if it's a Kivo or an event. Add it to hand. Very nice. Don't have to reverse, so a little bit better than the Nino in my opinion. But you don't get to do like the top check, like see what your triggers are going to be. But I guess you're like trying to dig closer to like a standby trigger, so it's like almost twin driving at that point. I know it's not exactly like twin driving, but you got to think. If you reveal the top card of your deck if it's a Kivo and it goes to your hand, then you trigger the card after that. So it's technically like you're digging 2, like you're doing a twin drive type effect, but you're getting hand advantage. So I actually like these types of climax combos. Fuka. A memory kick reverser. Interesting. All right. Megu. This looks like to be your stereotypical 2-2 standby target. For each of your other Kivo, this gains 1,000 character encore. The event is Disciplinary Committee. Give characters on over salvage. Choose one of your opponent's characters, move it to an opponent's empty slot. So, interesting. Pull something up from like the back row or something. We do have a double standby. The Aru shenanigans, the other level 1. This like explosion thing going on in the background's kind of crazy. We got blue. Let's go to blue. We have the double rares is Himari is a 001k. Brainstorm, mill 4 for each climax salvage. Very nice. Experience of 3. Rest this. If your experience is 3 or more, choose a character. It gets 2k power. So you could rest it, and then it checks for the level 3. So would that still count as an act ability going off for all of your stuff like way up top? That's like, if you use an act, give it this buff type thing. I'm assuming you would, even if you don't have a experience of 3 or not. Or does the effect have to resolve? Tell us below in the comment section if you've listened in this far. 101k Toki. If this has a marker underneath, this gains 2k power. And it can run on play, top check if it's a Kivo or an event. Put it face down underneath it as a marker. So a 3-2 Yuka, 3-2 85. If you have 4 or more Kivo, this gets minus the level in hand. Very easy early play condition. During your turn, she gets 2k. When this is placed on stage from hand, if the sum of levels of cards in your level zone is 6 or more, discard a card. If you do, you may heal up to 1, then choose one character in your waiting room and add it to hand. So it just replaces itself. You get to heal and filter all at the same time and just salvage back whatever the hell you need. Very, very nice. I actually really, really like that. So, and very lovely art. Last double rare is this 3/2 Hoshino. I love what is called heterochromia, where it's the 2 different color eyes like that. It looks so cool. It's 3/2/8/5, and we have a climax combo. Experience of 6. If your sum of levels in your level zone is 6 or more, all of your Kivos get 1,000. On play, heal 1. When this attacks, if you have the pants trigger in play, this gets 2k power and one of the following 2 effects. Either burn 1 or discard 2 to burn 3. So you get the option of whatever you want there, but very easy to pull off. Noah, I've seen a lot of art for her too. Start of your encore step. So this is getting to the rare, so I'm just going to kind of blitz through this. Book triggers. Hey, we haven't seen you in a hot minute. Oh, look at 3 cards on top of your deck. She's up to 3. Whoa. At the start of your encore step, you can discard a card and sack the book. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 3 Kivo characters from amongst them added to hand. That's nice. Also an act to pay 1 rest this. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Kivo, add it to hand. That's really nice, actually. Okay. Momoi. If you have another particular Midori, she gets a buff. And a bond, basically. I know it's not exactly bond, but on play, you get to discard a card to search for that same Midori. Which is this one. 113. If you have the other Momoi, this gains 2. They basically just search each other. Very cute. Shiroko. I've seen art for you somewhere. Anyway. Level assist, and when you trigger a climax, you can discard a climax to salvage back a character. Very nice. Asuna. Yeah, a lot of art for you too. 3k memory cake backup. Very nice. Neru. Start your encore step if you have the pants. Send it to 1 card from the top of your deck stock. Choose 1 character rating, add it to hand. Interesting. It's just for free. So you get to get like random bonus stock, but it's blind, so you don't see what it is, but then you also salvage. Eris. Wow, this is a hefty cost. Hold on. On attack, if you have the book trigger in play, so we're trying to go 8 book again. What the hell? If you do this, gets 4k power and then perform the following effect 2 times. If you pay 5, discard 3. Send the bottom 8 cards of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. Burn X equals to the number of climaxes sent by this effect. You do that twice, BT dubs. Huh. That's kind of nutty right there. Okay. Okay, Eris, we see you. Serika. Send a card in hand to stop, basically on play or on death. Give a character a buff. We have Yuzu. Place the from hand, load up 4 cards. When a climax is placed in your opponent's climax area, send this to stock. Very nice. Akane. What's all the bunny girls in this freaking set, man? What the hell? Oh, this is the, like, Fubuki. That's what it was. The Shiroko is, like, the Fubuki clone or something. I went down too far. Whatever. I went down too far. But I remember seeing this, the Shiroko, and I'm just like, it looks so much like Fubuki from Hall. Anyway, we were on the Akane. Also, glasses character. Very nice. Cleaning and clearing is the other trait for that. Interesting. On death, pay 2, search for a Kivo. Okay. On play, discard a climax, salvage a Kivo, and it can move. Free runner. I mean, she's on a bike, so clearly she's going to be able to run. Toki. For 2 or more other Kivo, this gains 2k. When this card's battle opponent is reversed, if you have 4 or less stock, you may send that character to the bottom of your opponent's deck. Very, very nice in terms of just removal like that. Hibiki, experience of 2 or more, she gains 3k. Just constant. Okay, nice. So she's like a 106k. Placed on from hand to stage. Oh, you get to grab back level 0. Koyuki. When this attacks, all players mill 1. And if you milled a higher level card, you may send the top card of your deck to stock. Okay. Chihiro. She gets a big buff during your turn if you have experience of 5. A little excessive there, but whatever. It's doable. And there's plenty of cards in here that let you fix your experience, so it's whatever. Say that, and then this level 3 is experience of 6. During the turn this was placed on stage from hand, at the end of this card's attack, you may send the bottom 3 cards of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. If there are no climaxes amongst those 3, stand this. This is kind of strong. As an off finisher, this is kind of strong. Anyway. Brainstorm, pay 1, rest 2 to mill 5. For each climax search. Okay. Hade. On play, pay 1, pitch 1, look it up to 3, add a card amongst them. Okay. Damage you take is cancels into stock. Emi. Look at the top card of your deck and put it on top or bottom. Filtering, top checking. Sumide, when this is placed on stage from hand, pay 1, put the top card. 1 cost 0 Kivo character. Oh, interesting. It's a Riki, but it summons to the field instead of adding to hand. But it's on a common, so I don't think people are going to complain. Eris. Placed on stage, you can pay 1, search your deck for any climax. It's like a climax swapper, but you search and then discard a secondary climax to grab whatever you need. Otaha, she looks cute. Act of discard a card, send this to the bottom of your deck to search for a Kivo, add it to hand. Nonomi, she gets big, she does a level swap at level 1. Very nice. Maki, I've seen her before too. There's a lot of just kind of generic, like, these get big. Like, for no reason. When this card's damage is canceled, return this to hand. Yukikaze much, kind of. Card's battle opponent's reverse. Okay. So no, don't know if I said Akane for that. Karin. It's just, why are you looking at me like that? Oh, okay. So when a climax gets placed, you can give some very interesting removal that says the character that gets reversed to the bottom of the opponent's deck. Another Karin right back to back. You can't be doing this to me. What on earth? Once again, more bottom decking shenanigans with Karin. She's just like, get the hell out of here. All right, the last one we have is this event. Battle opponent is reversed. Choose a Kivo in waiting room. You may add it to hand. Send this to stock. Okay, cool. And we have Pants Book. Ooh, we have promos. Another one of those events that gives something 6 soul. Problem Solver 68. You are 1 off. All right, and then we get into the trial deck cards. So for this one, I'm just going to kind of glance through really quickly, but we will talk about any climax combos that we see within the trial deck itself. So we have Haruka that just gets big. A Juri that on death lets you pay a cost to salvage back a Kivo. A 1/1 Junko that just is big and can save itself very easily. Very cute art, though. A 3500 Akari backup. Okay. A 2/2 Mutsuki, so this is also just like a standby target. Chinatsu. A 3/2, it's an assist, but on play you can heal 1. Okay, cool. All right, so level 3 Hina climax combo. 3/2, 10,500. On play, draw 2, discard a card, or draw 2, pitch 2, then put up to 1 card from the top of your deck into stock. Okay. Then, when this card's battle opponent is reversed, if you have the door climax in your climax area, and a experience of 4 or more, very easy to do, pay 3, pitch 1, send that character to clock and burn 2. That's a hell of a finisher. I mean, you're paying for it. You're trying to dig for your consistency pieces. You get a stock back to pay for that so easily. You just have to make certain that you reverse, and that's it. We get a +2 soul. It doesn't show us the art for it. She has a triple rare. She doesn't have an SP. Okay, so the Ayana is an SP. Actually, let me see if there was any other SPs. Oh, there was no other SPs so far. So just that Ayane, which is the brainstormer of the deck, gives a character encore. Very nice. This angle right here, what the hell, Bushi? Thank you, but what the hell? But it's another Asuna. We have a Kotama. Give characters soul. Serika. On play, just a typical drop searcher. But this is one of the other SPs. This looks nice. That SP looks very nice. Yuka, I've seen her art more times than I can count. Shiroko, yeah, okay, so this is the art that I know her for. Another SP for that, very nice. And she's the other climax combo. Hold on, let's see. Yuka. Trigger set. Let's you do twin drive, okay. 1035 during your turn, she gets +3, so she's a 6/5. With a pants, she's a 75. When this attacks, if you have the pants and a experience 2 or higher, salvage back a Kivo, just in general. Okay. Not the worst in the world. It's on a pants, so I mean, that's automatically like way better than a lot of other ones, so you can just run it as a good engine. So it seems like even the trial deck is fairly solid. The Kotori gets to be a 107k for free for experience of 2. That's actually very nice. Oh, the Hoshino SP. Oh, look at these other SPs. That looks so cool. Okay, sorry. The Nonomi is experience of 3, gains 5k, so it's like a 10/5. Our battle opponent becomes reversed. Look at 2 cards on top of your deck. Put them back on top of the deck in any order. And the Hoshino is... Oh, wow. It's the Fumio thing. It's Dreyfus, basically. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can rest one of your characters. If you do choose, your opponent chooses a climax from their waiting room. It shuffles all other cards from their waiting room into their deck. And she has an auto on attack, pay 1, pitch 1. All of your characters get 500 power and a soul. Just very good trial deck card in general. And Arona is a 2/3 backup event. Choose one of your opponent's characters, gets -3 soul. Very nice. And the pants. I say we don't see what the art is for the +2 soul, but it's whatever. I am going to end on the Shiroko. Overall impressions of this particular set. It feels very solid. It doesn't feel super egregious, even with the experience effect. There are some that are kind of whatever, but there's a lot that are just like, hey, it's good. It's all like no problem. But there's also more than enough level swappers in like 3 out of the 4 colors. It might have been 1 in every single color, but at least 3 out of the 4 colors had had level swappers. So the experience is kind of a null thing. I just wish they would do that more for some of the experience-based sets. It's just whatever. But I do like it. I see some very interesting effects in here. Like I said, the level 3 Mocha effect on a level 2 that can just stay really, really big if you just toss down some backups. And just stays around with like other cards backing them up. You have the whole combo that's like the Kanata, the level 3 Hifumi, that's what her name was. There's a lot of interesting things, and I feel I feel from just this first impressions that Blue Archive has some interesting combos and interesting things to work with that I'm very interested to see what all it does. I don't know any of the particular deck setups right now, but we are going to be trying to look into that and see if there's any cool things that we could possibly build. Lots of SPs though, so my salutes to you if you are out there trying to shiny hunt, trying to get any of these SPs, because there seems to be quite a few in each color. So good luck. May your gacha rates be ever in your favor. That is going to be it for us. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you want all that cringy VTuber shenanigans, YouTube shenanigans in general. Not a VTuber yet, just PNG YouTuber. Also, if you want to join the Discord, there'll be a link for the Discord as well in the description. Feel free to do so, and we will see y'all on the flip side. Stay based.